I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Marley Ginter. We first brought you this is breaking news at 4. Let's show you where crews are right at the corner of 9th and B Streets. And that's where CBS 13's Brady Haubleib is standing by. He's been there all afternoon. Now joining us about the firefight. Brady?
Yeah, guys, I'm right near the corner of 9th and Chestnut where crews are still battling this fire. Like I said, 8 hours later, you can see the flames still coming through that window right over there. And the crews are still dousing it with water. And believe it or not, fire officials expect to be here all night and even into tomorrow. The sound of a burning building, engulfed by flames, sending a black cloud of smoke high in the sky.
You can see it from a long way over.
That was the scene in Marysville Friday afternoon during a massive fire at the Glacier Ice building.
Crazy, because you don't see something like this every day.
The flames accompanied by the heat, not making things easy for crews to respond during the peak hours of the day.
Triple digits is crazy alone. They're thick uniforms. It's just crazy to me.
The fire broke out around 2 p.m. Friday, directly across the street from the Marysville Fire Department.
It has been a while since we experienced fire this size in this community.
The building making the firefight challenging. It's old with many rooms and was built with timber, fueling the flames and for a long time.
I would assume it would be approximately 24 hours before we get this thing completely extinguished.
The fire also knocking out power to more than 1,000 customers at one point. And with temperatures near 110 degrees, people are commending firefighters for not only battling the fire, but the heat as well.
So I wish the first responders the best of luck, and I hope they could get it out so they can go home too.
Now, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Thankfully, no one was hurt or rescued in this fire. But like I mentioned, they are going to be here for quite some time, as this is a massive fire that they haven't seen in the community here for quite some time.
Yeah, it's really just mind-blowing. Marley and I were talking during your story 8 hours later, and taking a look at those flames behind you, it all has to do with what's inside, as you pointed out in your story, right, Brady? The things that are inside this old structure.
You bet. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier in the 4 o'clock newscast earlier today, that this building is old. It has a lot of old timber inside, a lot of rooms to get to, so it made it hard for them to actually get to the flames. So that made extremely challenging to fight this fire. Plus the heat. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of different factors here when it came to fighting this fire today.
Right. And, you know, when you have all of those different materials in these old buildings, that right there makes it such a concern, because then the structure itself becomes unstable. Firefighters trying to fight this, you know, and on top of that, Brady, like you just mentioned, the heat as well. So they have quite a few challenges that they're up against out there, right?
You bet. What made it actually a little bit easier for them is that this location is directly across the street from the fire department. So they were able to get access to a lot of the resources here. Firefighters were able to come into the fire station, cool off, and they had water on hand. So that made things a little bit easier. But to come out of the fire station and to see this, I mean, it takes a lot of work to be able to get all the crews surrounding this building to be able to hit it at all corners. And as you can see, it's still burning right now.
Yeah, Brady and photojournalist Jesus Gonzalez getting a really good look inside that fire still burning. We'll have the latest for you throughout the newscast here on CBS 13. Brady, thank you.
Now, those high heat days.